Danielle, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing some fall crafts, which I've been putting off for far too long. But before we jump into those and kind of explaining the ideas and then start doing them, I wanted to discuss Come Follow Me for this week because it's finally getting, it's still bad, but it's finally getting hopeful, like people are starting to change. So I thought I would share just kind of two scriptures, two thoughts. The first one is, I feel like there's been times in my life where, not that you question the gospel, but it's just like some of the amazing things you start to think, whoa, was that a miracle or was that just like a normal thing? It talks about that in the end of Helaman, chapter 16, where people started to just become almost like they felt like they were being tricked by whatever amazing thing happened. They thought it was just some sort of play by the believers to make them believe in something so that they wouldn't be able to live their best lives. In verse 22 of chapter 16, it says, "And many more things did the people imagine up in their hearts, which were foolish and vain. And they were much disturbed, for Satan did stir them up to do iniquity continually. Yea, he did go about spreading rumors and contentions upon all the face of the land, that he might harden the hearts of the people against that which was good, and against that which should come." And I just thought, when I read the words foolish and vain, I guess I was thinking vain, like you're so vain, like self-centered. But the other definition of vain is useless. And I thought that was interesting because there are so many beliefs that are useless and that they don't cause us to take action. They don't cause us to do any good. They just are speculations and rumors and contentions, and all of those things just harden our hearts. And the happy scripture that I wanted to share that I really loved was because of the teaching of Samuel the Lamanite. There were lots of people that didn't believe, and they were like throwing stones and arrows, and you know that if you're familiar with the Book of Mormon. But if you're not, there were a lot of people that did believe. And it says when some of these people that believed saw that they could not hit Samuel with the stones and the arrows, they were like, oh, this guy must really actually be a prophet. There were many more who did believe on his words, insomuch that they went away unto Nephi, who was the prophet who was prophesying at the time. They went to Nephi to be baptized. For behold, Nephi was baptizing and prophesying and preaching, crying repentance unto the people, showing signs and wonders, working miracles among the people, that they might know that the Christ must shortly come, telling them of things which must shortly come, that they might know and remember at the time of their coming that they had been made known unto them beforehand, to the intent that they might believe. Therefore, as many as believed on the words of Samuel went forth unto him to be baptized, for they came repenting and confessing their sins." And the reason why I wanted to share that is because I just was thinking today about our circles of influence and how, there's the prophet and he's doing his thing. He's preaching, he's prophesying, he's helping people come unto Christ. But there's other people with testimonies that we have influence over others as we share that testimony. And so I just thought, like, we're all Samuel, we're all maybe considered an outcast by some people or looked down upon by some people, but we have a testimony in our hearts. We can share that and there will be good that comes from it. So just like a positive thing after all of this, like really heavy stuff. It was so happy to read, and it took a bit, but sometimes it takes us a bit to become converted to Christ. But it happened, like people were changed and they turned to Christ. And that's always the funny thing to me, is that sometimes in the scriptures, it seems people are so hard in their hearts that they think that it's about control and power. And that is the way of Satan, but it's not the way of Christ. Christ wants us to choose to come unto him. Anyway, I just thought it was pretty amazing, and I'm looking forward to the upcoming chapters in the Book of Mormon. I know it's about to get hard, but also really good. Okay, so fall crafts. I think today I wanted to do two projects that I've been putting off for far too long. One is in the kitchen. We have this huge wall that mostly stands empty. During December, I've hung like the Christmas cards on it, and for other holidays, I've done, like for Easter, we did Some Bunny Loves You, where we did Secret Service, and if you found the bunny, then you hung it up. Just cute things. And so I think it's time to make something for fall. So the plan is just to cut out a bunch of different leaves. My favorite are the maple leaves, and hang them on the wall. So fairly easy, but just time-consuming project. And then the second one is a project that has been sitting in my closet for over a year. And it's basically a Hobbit door wreath. I've seen multiple versions of this on Etsy, and of course I was thinking, oh, I could make that. And then I bought the things and it sat in my closet. So you see how well that worked. Well, today my plan is to actually do it, get it done. And then something fun about the wood wreath around the outside is it can be changed. So if I want to, I could change it for holidays, or I could just leave it. I'm thinking about maybe getting little pumpkins or using some of the extra pumpkins that I have. I really don't want to buy anything more. So I feel like I've bought a lot already for this project and I don't need to buy more. Anyway, so I'm gonna have some lunch and then we can get started on that.
draw one card.
I didn't think I was gonna win for realties. Hey, McKay, it's your turn.
Pops goes the woozies. That's 6. Pops goes the woozies.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys, that was a close game.
50. Jeff played 50.
All right, it is the next day, and this is how the leaves look on the wall. It's really nothing fancy, but at least there's something there instead of just a big blank wall. I think it looks nice. At least it looks like something, something fallish. I let this dry all last night, and so it's pretty well good. What I realized though is that I don't have a knob for the center. I think originally I was going to use like a cabinet knob that I had, but I don't think it's the right size because it's supposed to look like the doorknob in the middle of the hobbit hole. So I'm going to have to think of something else to use for that. But one of the versions that I saw that I really liked, which is why I'm assuming that I bought this stuff a year ago, I don't remember. But one of the versions that I liked had this like really pretty leaf greenery around it. And then it had like moss. So I bought this moss. I'm just not sure how I want to attach the wreath to the hobbit door. And then if I want to do like a fall one, I don't know. I don't have any leaves that are orange, but that would be the cutest, I think, is to have something fall around the wreath. So I'm gonna go look through my fall stuff and see if there's anything that I have to make this look more fallish, and then I'll show you the final thing. I was just going through an old bin of fall things, and guess what I found? A package of leaves. I think it's so funny, but not funny that I spent a whole night cutting out leaves to hang on the wall when I had a ton just in a random bin. So, although the good thing about not having those leaves is I was watching The Rings of Power, the second season. I'm so glad I had something to distract myself because the opening was awful. It was so violent, so just awful, that I'm glad I had something to work on while I was listening, because man, that was like yucky. Anyway, and then I have this garland from the dollar store as well that's kind of just sat in a bin for a long time. So I'll see if I can use that. Maybe some of the pumpkins that I showed in my fall video that didn't get used. I don't know, we'll see. My personality is kind of that I think simple is better. And so I kind of like this. I might move the pumpkin up here. I was kind of playing with it back and forth about where it should be. But I feel like that's plenty of things on here. The only additional thing that I think would be fun to add is I've seen on some of them, they have the little sign like this. They have this no admittance except on party business. I think that would be cute to have that little sign in addition to the doorknob. I will probably have to spend money. Boo! But I want to have a good knob that I really like because I think this was fairly easy. I mean, it took a little bit of time to attach these things, but they're all going to stay. And so I think I'd like to change them out for the seasons. And it's fairly easy to do. I also have these little clips that I could use to attach things. I'm just waiting here to pick up my boys from school. I think I'm gonna end the video here. I'm so exhausted. I stayed up way too late last night trying to finish those leaves. And then one thing led to another. Of course, I remembered all these other things that I had to do and I stayed up way too late. I just feel so exhausted. So maybe, hopefully this is a lesson to me not to stay up so late. But I'll update you as soon as I finish the Hobbit wreath and everything. I'm just sorry that I couldn't do it in this video, but I hope you guys have an incredible day, and maybe this is for you too. Don't stay up late. Don't stay up late to do things that aren't important. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Can't tell if it's focused or not. I feel like I have to finish this, but I don't want to finish it. But I put it off for so long and I don't want to do something halfway. I have to finish.
She said, maybe you can, maybe you cannot.